I noticed that I can do a lot more things that I used to not want to do, like exercise and things like that. It's helped a lot with me getting outside and doing more of the things I want to do in life, I guess.
Mykiah, Alex and Thomas each take medicinal cannabis and say they're being made to feel like criminals. It's currently illegal for patients taking cannabis medications to get behind the wheel of a car, except in Tasmania.
My parents won't teach me just because they're worried about me being tested on the roadside positive. I never really wanted to drive because I didn't want to break the law.
18-year-old Mykiah from Queensland is nervous he'll be pulled over for a roadside drug test.
I'd been struggling with anxiety and things like that for quite a while, and I sort of wanted to pursue a legal route just so that I could sort of avoid breaking the law.
Just emotionally, it's a lot of extra work I've got to do just to live my life and just to make sure that I'm not potentially at risk of driving with it present in my system, even though I know myself that it's definitely left my system.
I think you've got good grounds to avoid.
Alec from New South Wales says he's used medicinal cannabis for more than 2 years. Last year, police pulled him over and he tested positive.
The judge granted a Section 10 with no penalties imposed. I guess the only penalty was a 2-year good behaviour bond, which I'm currently on. However, a few days after the court case, police officers attended my home and revoked my security licence, which enabled me to personally work in the security industry.
It means Alex had to switch careers.
And it resulted in me losing my livelihood and the company that I had spent over 10 years building up.
If you have THC in your system, you're about 20% more likely to be involved in a car accident, according to researchers at the Lambert Initiative. That risk equates to the same as having 0.04 blood alcohol, which is legal. Patients with medical prescriptions want to be able to drive after the effects wear off, when cannabis may still be in their system.
I think reasonably all patients are asking for is that they can have their medication of a night time and then just go to sleep and wake up the next day and be able to drive to work safely.
There are any number of prescription drugs that impair driving. So you think of people that are on high doses of opioids, of benzodiazepines, of drugs like Lyrica. They're impaired, but they're out there driving. They're allowed to drive on their prescription medications as long as they feel okay.
Professor Ian McGregor and research fellow Danielle McCartney of the Lambert Initiative have been researching the effects of cannabis on driving. They say there's a double standard.
With cannabis, we know from studies that have been done that it's actually quite hard to tell that someone's intoxicated with cannabis, and there's not really a go-to field sobriety test or measure of intoxication. This has caused authorities to rely on the levels of THC in saliva or blood.
Clinically, I was diagnosed with myofascial pain syndrome. The medication that I was prescribed would dull the pain down to a level that I could still manage to function, but it wouldn't take the pain away.
This father of 2 from Victoria, who we'll call Thomas, says medical cannabis, which he was prescribed 4 months ago in the form of a spray, has helped him cope.
You know, I live in a rural town. Public transport isn't that, flash out here. I've got a plan to basically lose a whole day if I've got an appointment.
The issue is not one that I have a right to drive. It's a privilege to drive.
Dr Ray Shuey is a road safety campaigner and president of the International Safety Foundation, Victoria Police.
The issue of road safety is non-discriminatory. You need to have 100% concentration, mind and body, on what you're about, and that is to get from A to B safely, and we don't need to bring on another substance that currently is providing risk to the community.
Professor Ian McGregor argues medicinal cannabis could help patients concentrate on the road.
The whole intent, in a way, with non-medical use is to get high, to get intoxicated, whereas most patients, all they want is relief from their pain, relief from their arthritis, from their anxiety. And when you're trying to correct a problem, a medical problem, there's an argument that your driving may actually improve.
When you're disallowed from driving, it makes you feel like a criminal still, and I don't really think that's fair at all.